Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between. And welcome back to Elite Dangerous. I haven't played this in a while, but mainly because of the bit of a shitty, business plan that Frontier did with the New Horizons DLC. If you didn't know, anyone who had the game essentially had to re-buy it. Like, they had to pay another $80 to get what is essentially DLC, where anyone who bought it new with the DLC just had to pay $80. So people who already had the game had to re-buy it. New people just had to buy it once. So it's kind of a really weird business model. But Elite Dangerous, a giant ass space RPG, I guess, roleplay game, whatever. Very large. It takes a long while to load up. This is not frozen. There we go. Very long time to load up the map. Mainly because it is the size of the entire galaxy. You can legitimately go all the way over here if you have the patience. There is, of course, the Sagittarius A. I think I may be able to show you it. Sagittarius. Sagittarius A. Sagittarius A dash or A asterisk is the official name of it, and it is the supermassive black hole in the center of our galaxy. At current, the theorem is that every galaxy has a supermassive black hole at its center. Let's see if I can actually drag our way over there. It's roughly there. Expect lag because it gets pretty dense in this area. I'm well below, way below where I need to be. If I just look up A asterisk, will that show me what I want to find? Sag. Oh god. Sag. That may help me. Sagittarius. Here we go. All the way to the center of the universe, Sagittarius A star, or A asterisk. This is a supermassive black hole in the center of the galaxy. My plan for today is to start out. Is to go from over here, the starting, not dock, the starting system that the basic player would have gotten. There was sort of two groups when this started out. There was the backers, which I wish I was. I didn't even realise this had a backing thing. I'm going to go from here. We're going to go all the way to Sol. I had left a ship here so that I could find it easily. Now I'm going to be doing this in a pretty much maxed out at the time that you can do it starting ship. So I'm going to set a route here. I'm going to be going all the way through this. I do have enough fuel to go through here, because I did what's the word? Upgrade my ship a little bit. I'm going to be looking at the, where is it? Outfitting. So this is the, I'm trying to remember the name of the word, the thing. This is the starting ship. I can't remember what it's called, but I've put a nice flamey paint job on it, because it's going to go fast. It's going to go very long distances, very quickly, and I've maxed it out as much as I can at the current place. It's pretty shit. It's like the worst ship in the game, apart from maybe the Adder, I think, maybe a bit shit, but that's more of a cargo ship. This is like a everyone ship. What is this? It's a Sidewinder. There we go. Oops, a daisy. Sidewinder. So we're going to launch. This is going to be quite a long time. I don't know. It is going to take about 14 jumps, so that's already about a minute 40 in waiting for time to load. Then we've got the jumping in between systems. We'll be cutting out the wait time, so we're just going to be jumping from star to star. This should be good. I am playing with a joystick, so nice and smooth. Take away the landing gear, press tab to get the fuck out. All power to engines. You have a third-person view, sort of free cam where you have no control of your ship. I do like flying around. There's another ship down below us there that you can see. It's taken off. And that's where we came from. That is, I think, the Orbitalis station, I believe that type is called. There's also the Orbulus station, which is essentially a giant tube with rings that go around it to create the artificial gravity. These are all sci-fi things from the long, both past and present, and sort of like the stations that if we were to go into space to colonize, these are the stations that would most likely be successful. Back into this view, we have got to turn around down in the bottom left, or above top left of the forgot coming out of there, reduces your speed all the way down. Top left of the radar in the center, there's a little compass with a dot in the center. You can see it going around there, and that tells you where you're going. So we'll do this one, that button, and we charge up. This is the frameshift drive. This is essentially warp. Not warp, it's just like a... it's called frameshift drive. There's frameshift drive, which jumps you from place to place, which is this thing. But then there's also essentially frameshift drive, which is essentially warp drive out of Star Trek and the like, which is just ridiculously fast. This is sort of like several thousand million times faster than the speed of light sort of deal. So an infinite time longer than the speed of light. Well, frameshift like this, as you can see, is slightly faster than flying around. If you want to watch an older video of mine from when I was still playing this a lot and I was a lot more excited about it, I explain all this sort of stuff, but you can see C being the speed of light. In this mode you are able to go a lot faster. I'm not sure how long this will be because I have upped the what is the word? I have upped the jump range quite significantly. I believe it's only at a 5 light year jump range when it first came out, when you first purchased it, but at the moment it has like a 12.5. So it should be a lot quicker than it could be. But it looks like we're going to be alright for now. Boom! So yeah, how have you guys been? I decided to go to Seoul because I wanted to see if they've changed anything like since the Horizons place. And yeah, it just felt like it. I haven't been to Seoul in a while. Seoul obviously being our own solar system. Wow, we already done 2 jumps. Yeah, wow. Wow, that's like salvageable wreck, Bosch station. All these places you can go to. Can't go there because it's too far away, I believe. Let's jump away. This is going to be quite a short one by the looks of it. So we are already about halfway there. But we're now jumping to BD01. Oh no, we're jumping to LHS 463. We are in electronic services at the moment. Man, this game looks so good. The other game that I'm quite excited about is Star Citizen. I do have that. I have a Hornet. Not the Super Hornet that the Backer's got. I think it's Backer deal. Compromise navigation beacon. That's new. The Backer's got is sort of like a Hornet with a turret on the top. I just have the civilian version of it, which you can now put a turret on top of, but it is limited to a single weapon rather than, I think it's 2 weapons as a Super Hornet gets. There's also a single seater rather than a 2-seater. But my computer is nowhere near good enough for that. I get maybe 12 frames a second when I'm running around in at the moment the mini universe, as they call it, or the miniverse. Which is essentially like one giant planet and a few space stations. But you can fly around and you can get out of your ship, which you can't in this. You can get out of your ship and you can get a gun and you can start shooting people and you can shoot people. Just still there. Just normal people. Just as they get out of the ship, you can steal their ship. You could destroy your ship. You can die. You just respawn back at your at the starting place, and you can just go and explore. Just off you go. It's got warp drive, sort of like not this warp drive at the moment. It has this warp drive, but it's still in early access at the moment. It's sort of, I believe it's still on alpha. As you can see here, the fuel scooping. This just lets you get more fuel by going around the Coriolis. I mean, the Coriolis of the star, and picking up all the nitrogen and all that sort of crap that is being poured out of the star as it burns it and just ejects stuff into space. So much like stuff in this game that is sort of sci-fi, but sci-fi to the max, where it's just why are we not funding this sort of deal? Like, why are we not already halfway into space as a creature, as a nation, as a world, or as a species? I guess would be the best way of saying it. It's really weird. I don't know why we're so hell bent on like Okay, anyway, as I was saying, I have no idea why we're so hell bent on staying on Earth and reducing our limitations. We should be able to go, just leave, just put more money into space, give NASA what they need, get us the hell out of here. We're basically killing the planet as it is, so we should really be looking at next places. Even if it's not a planet, it should just be like just a space station, something off the Earth, just as more an achievement, just as a hey, look at what we can do. But I don't think it's going to be happening in a long while, which is a real shame. Real shame. So, as you saw, if you have watched this to this point, you've also seen that I've been doing a Fallout 4 playthrough. That has actually been quite fun. At the moment, I'm not sure when this will go up, but I've discovered a vault that I didn't even know existed. I've played through the game once before, and I'm playing through it a second time for this playthrough. Playing it as a modded playthrough, because I played with no mods the first time, and it was kind of annoying having to search for everything. But I'm playing a modded playthrough at the moment because I'm lazy. I can't be bothered picking up every toy car that I want, every toy car that I find for a screw, so I can make a suppressor or a scope or whatever. But there's just new things. I didn't expect to be finding a vault that I'd never heard of before. Like, I'm assuming there's going to be companions I've never heard of before. The companions I've heard of as Piper, Kate, Valentine. Preston Gravy I don't think can be a what's the word? A follow-up. There were also Codsworth, McCready, and Dogme. They're the only ones that I know of. Look at this. Hang on one second. Stop. Look at this. It's so beautiful. This is just a star, a random star, somewhere in the universe. I believe this is like an M-class star sign. Look at this, all the space debris whizzing past. This is in Star Trek, when you see these white lines going past, it's actually space debris, not stars that they're going past. But look at this, we could be sending stuff to this. Well, not this one, because this is like 50 light years away or something, but you get the premise. That button. There we go. You get the premise. We could be sending it to, what's the nearest star? It's Alpha Centauri. Like 4 light years away, I believe it is. We can check it in a second. If I go 1... Galaxy map! I believe it's 4 light years away. What is happening there? Oh, it's there. Yeah, you go from here to Alpha Centauri. Where is it? Oh, okay. But yeah, Alpha Centauri is only like 4 light years away. I don't see why we haven't sent Sangway to that. If we can get something, Voyager 2 for example, up to a high enough speed, it would only take about 4 years to get there. Or 10 if you get it about half the speed of light. Which is kind of pushing it, I agree. pushing it quite a bit. Like, in getting anything to the speed of light is theoretically impossible. The only reason light can do it is because it technically is weightless. It has no mass, therefore it doesn't need any energy to move it. So, therefore, can get to the speed it takes because it doesn't need the energy. See, I'm trying to get sciencey, and I'm not good at sciencey. Like, I understand the relative energy needs to move a mass. Like, to move a mass a certain amount of distance, you need a certain amount of energy to move it at a mass at the speed of light. You would need twice the energy of that mass moving at the speed of light to move it to the speed of light. And that is theoretically impossible with our current whatever we have. At the moment it's impossible. It's not theoretically impossible, it is physically impossible with what we have. We do not have anything that gives off twice as much energy as mass. Still gives off the same amount of mass as it has energy. Same way, burning a chunk of coal will only give off so much energy, but it's not twice as much mass as it has. I'm getting weird at the moment. I'm excited. I've been up all night, and it's like really early morning. It's about 10 o'clock, and I've got stuff to do. So I'm not rushing through this, but I'm having fun with it. It's been a long time since I've just travelled in this. The last time I travelled, I was in... What was it in? I was in an Asp Explorer. Was it an Asp Explorer? No, it was the Diamondback Explorer. One of the newer ships. And I went all the way out into space. Like, way the fuck out. I think a few hundred light years away. In search of black holes. And I got there. I'll see if I can't find it. There we go. Not that one. That one. Because I came from Sol. Oh, we're quite close now. Yeah, where is... Not Lumen. It's Alpha Centauri. It's the closest star, isn't it? Where's it? Barnard Star? Alpha Centauri, like the brightest star or something? I don't know. But where is it? It was... I know why I can't see. Realistic. So it was... Over here somewhere. There was like a clump of blue stars. Where was it? It was... Oh, this way. That'd be why I couldn't find it. Somewhere over here is like a huge clump of like... pulsars, I believe they were. Near the Elephant Trunk Nebula, I believe. Like way the fuck over here. There's just these blue stars. Sort of like this one here. There's a huge clump of them. And it had just a whole bunch of black holes around it as well. So I was super excited to get there. And I got there and I was thoroughly disappointed. Because you could not actually get anywhere near close enough to the black hole to die. The game had like an invisible wall around all the black holes. And I think you could get to like 30 kilometers away from them, and the game was just like, nah, man, that's close enough. That is way too close for you, man. You don't want to go into there. And I'm just sitting there like, I do want to go in there. I want to go in there. I don't care if I lose all my stuff. I want to go in there. Reset me if you have to. I want to go in there. Ooh, that was good. Ooh, a brown dwarf. This is a star, obviously. Which is essentially either a burned out star, if I bring up the galaxy map once again, or system map would be better for this situation. Human. The map loading time is a bit long with that, is because, there we go. I guess system. Brown star, surface temperature of 700k to 1300k. For an example, Earth is approximately, I think it's 300k. Sound of that? It's basically, this is essentially what would happen if Jupiter got about 10 times the size it is, roughly. This is obviously just a random number, but kept the same size, So that you pump 10 Jupiters into Jupiter, but it was locked in sort of a box, so it couldn't get any bigger. And then someone threw a match into there, it would just go boom into this sort of deal. Just a very sort of slow burning star, as it were. So then we've got to go around this. These tend to have quite a large gravitational pull. Yep. There we go. Very large. Oh wow, I actually got damage there. Very large gravitational pull because this is essentially a giant planet. That's the pulsar? No, I just saw the flare out the side there. How do I do that? I'm waiting for the FSD to cool down. This may take a while. I'll be back when it's done because we're only about halfway through.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, so back on we go, off our way to 7 Oppenucci? Something like that. We're getting pretty close, we're only about 4 or 5 jumps away, 3 jumps away from Sol. So we're pretty much there. It's been quite a short journey actually, only about 20 minutes or so. We're going to end up being about 25 minutes, 26 minutes, looking at the timer.
Taking heat damage.
How am I taking heat damage? I'm in literally nowhere. Like, I'm not in space. Ah, there we go. Yeah, this yellow ring here on the stars, you can see it's quite close to the star. On a brown dwarf, it's sort of way out here sort of deal. Alright, Bernard Star, this one I know is familiar. And we're off. One last jump after this and we'll be at Sol. I do explain this whole jumping around bit in my other video, which is about a year old at this point, half a year. I do suggest you look it up, not just because I want you to watch my videos and stuff, but because I do sort of explain how this whole works, the whole jumping around works, how the frame drive works. But yeah, I guess there's not much really to it. It's really a do as you wish game. There isn't really any way to play. Unfortunately, that does mean if you play the online, you can play this. It's always online. You're always connected to a server. But if you play open, so you can just meet people, you tend to get people who will just blow you up instantly. I tend to play on solo because you can still do everything. Everything's there. You just don't have that human interaction, which is nice sometimes. There are AI, they do talk to you in the chat in the top left. But other than that, there's no real... All humans ever tend to do is blow you up. But you can go around shooting people, you can do what I like to do, which is explore each of them. No? What are you doing? Oh, in one shot. Each of them have their own, I'm trying to think of the words at the moment. Here we go, this is our sun. Whee! Each of them have their own rank, so you can be a merchant, so you can go from place to place. What's the word? Selling and buying stuff. You can be a combat, which is just shooting people. Very easy to do, just run around shooting people. You can be an explorer, which is quite fun. You just go around and trying to remember the words. Just explore. CQC is the new game mode that they put in recently. It's just basically a deathmatch with other people. You choose your ship, you choose your loadout on that ship. These are all the stuff you get. Ooh. Module, so you can see what you have on you, what power they're drawing. Fire groups. What are these? I have no idea what these are. What? Oh, okay. So they're new. So you can like do boosts with stuff that you have on the in your inventory. So let us head off to we shall dock at the Abraham Lincoln place and we'll head off from there. We pretty much refueled ourselves from Sol. We'll head off to Earth and we'll end the video once we've landed and said hello to everyone. As you can see, the time is going to be ticking down quite quickly. From 10 minutes to 3 minutes, we are currently going at about 8 or 6, 7, 9 times the speed of light. We are increasing our speed steadily. 14 times the speed of light, 16, 17, starting to slow down a bit now that we're getting closer to a large gravitational body, and we will bring the ship into what is essentially an auto cruise to finish our final what's the word? A final approach. That is the word I'm looking for. I hate that when you're like, oh, I know this word I'm going to be saying. It's this. No, it's not this word. It's this word. No, it was the first word, wasn't it? No, it wasn't the first word. It was a completely different word. You know, where you go to say a word and you completely forget it. But this is Earth in about 1,000 years. I think this is 3021 or something like that. It does look quite nice. This is a very beautiful looking game, as I said earlier. Make sure we're pointing roughly at that. We are. Australia is looking pretty basic. It looks like Australia. Over there, I missed entirely. This has like auto docking, so you gotta be within 1,000 kilometers and slower than 1 million meters per second, and you can just jump right in. This is, I believe, the other type of space station. There is a third type, which is essentially just a few boxes strapped together that don't have artificial gravity. This one does. It's the Orbitalis one, as you can see in the bottom left. It has these rings around the outside that spin. These spin at speed, I don't know what it is, to provide gravity similar, if not the same, to that of Earth. As you can see, they're very green. And they have oxygen, tree life, that's already on them, with the port in the center. Always a flurry of ships around here. Ooh, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. There we go. Oh, I forgot to ask to be allowed in. Whoa! Fuck. Ooh. Because I don't have a shield, that could very easily have killed me. Oh, why are you so jittery? You are wrong. There we go. I have to be super careful because bumping into stuff at this. Whoa, ludicrous speed. Whoa, whoa. Okay. Game is shitting itself a bit there. Because even here I'm moving at 50 meters a second, or 75 meters a second. Which is a long distance. So, bumping into stuff at this speed can be a bit breaking of your ship. Slow down. There we go. Oh, cool. Thank you for joining me on this journey. It took me about half an hour, roughly only that. But we have successfully made it to the Lincoln space station in all its glory. And in comes, what is that? I believe that's an adder there. Yeah, that's an adder. That is a little cargo ship. But again, thank you for this, joining me on this journey. I believe it was Scott Manley did a video similar to this quite a while back when it was still in alpha. His one took a lot longer, but he goes through a lot more systems. So I suggest you check him out as well. I believe he's had a bit of an issue recently where he accidentally showed the streaming key when he was streaming, and subsequently has lost a few YouTube permissions. But he explains all that on his one, like how it happens, what happens. But I do suggest checking him out if you like space. Go check him out. He does Kerbal. He does this. I think he did this. I don't know if he does it anymore. He does Star Citizen when it pops up, and a few other things. Right. So again, thank you for joining me on this, and I will see you guys next time. Have a nice evening, morning, afternoon. I guess night, depending on when you watch this. See you around, I guess. Goodbye, everybody.